to the outside wall.
He's going to pass nearly 3 cars down that front straightaway, and he's going to get them all done with. What amazing.
Lee to the inside goes Logan Cloudman is going to touch in. Pit crash sideways. What a save.
Look to the outside as Trunkgate goes off. De Jong into second place.
Going for the switchback. Oh, pinpoint driving.
It's howling down to the inside.
Trying this contact though.
Slide left to the racetrack. Chris Venner drives it back down underneath, and he takes that second spot right back. Joker goes to Garrett Lowe.
Garrett Lowe should take victory with all that contact. He's going to try and make the move around the outside the parabolica. That's not going to work, but he's going to try and get the cut back here. Get the run out the parabolica. That's beautifully done there. Michael Schubert, there's a little bit of door banging as well.
Live from the Iowa Speedway, this is the Indy Elite Series, brought to you by ESPN, the Esports Broadcasting Network. My name is Sam Cooper Bennett, and tonight we bring you the Web Sports Radio 160. And tonight's race is sponsored by Web Sports Radio. Web Sports Radio uses web sports-based broadcasting to give listeners of Southwest Missouri the ability to hear and see professional, college and high school sports teams that have limited radio and television exposure. Distance is not a factor, with internet capability enabling friends and followers of local teams to hear games regardless of their location. So if you want to get in touch with your local sports and get involved with the action going on, then go to websportsradio.com. They will get you hooked up with no problem whatsoever. And they are bringing us tonight the Indy Elite Series round 7 of the season, and it's going to be an exciting race here tonight. We've got over 30 drivers in this race here tonight, and we've got all the teams here. We've got Ludicrous Speed, Team Talent. We have Powerslide Motorsports, LLM, Sadie Sim Motorsports, and TDR all in attendance here tonight. And one man that drives for Powerslide Motorsports is looking to take advantage of the win he got last week at Pocono in the Redline Ace Redline Ace Triple Crown race. As we see the checkered flag out on track right now, that is to signify the end of practice. We are going to go straight to qualifying now, and let's see who can get the pole here tonight. So without further ado, let's go to it. As we are going to go straight to the action out on track right now, as got drivers out on track right now. That is Chris Cahill of Ludicrous Speed, looking to get his qualifying account underway here. I apologise, I have new button box here that shows what's going on here. So we're seeing Chris Cahill out on track right now. He is just putting his lap times down now, but on the pole right now is Mr. Adam Plunkett. He is the driver that drives for Sadie Sim. These guys would love to get a decent result here tonight. Andrews Eek on the top of the board. Riley Thompson looking to get a good finally get a good result here tonight. The driver who drives for Team Talent looking to get a decent result on the board here. Sadie Motorsports, Bradley Walter. Bradley Walters just popping into 4th place there. As we have 160 laps here tonight at the Iowa Speedway. Richard Holt out on track as well. Oh, he's just coming into pit road. I apologise. Tony Schoen is out on track as well, driving for Powerslide Motorsports also. Looking to get a decent qualifying result in here. Currently sitting in 15th place in the standings as they are right now. And he jumps into 8th place. Good result for him. Zac Campbell, last week's winner, driving for also driving for Team Powerslide. Sorry guys, I am learning the teams. I don't mean to be a pain in the backside. His teammate Andrew Kinsella out on track also. So Powerslide in attendance here tonight and out in force in qualifying. As we see, Zac Campbell putting a 17.137, only good enough for P17 right now. So not a very good qualifying there. We do have a couple of drivers out there that we've not seen before this season. One of them being Sage Karam, the Coanda Sim Sports driver, making his first appearance here this season. And also we've got Mr. Flynn Lazia. You see him right there in the number 3. And those who don't know who Flynn Lazia is, he is the son of former IndyCar champion, Indy 500 champion, Mr. Buddy Lazia. So, very honoured to have him in the field tonight. There is Michael Peters slotting into 14th place there. Chris Stouffer of Powerslide Motorsports is out on track with a new paint scheme here tonight. Slotting into 23rd place. Another Powerslide driver, Mr. Adam Blocker, out on track as well. So, people still putting their times down. Sponsor of tonight's race, Stanley Ench of Web Sports Radio, rocking the WSR on his side pods there. Looking to put a decent time down, puts it into 25th place as Adam Blocker slots into 24th. Sage Karam can only manage 22nd. We do have Joshua Chin on the pole at the moment, so good time for him, a 16.334 as Adam Blocker drops it in to P9, so starting in the top 10 there for the man in the number 74. Tim Holgate making his first start of the season. And the former champion looking to get his season underway here tonight. He drops into P29 right now. Let's see what this time. 16.972. That's good enough for 3rd place. Oh no, for 27th. Sorry. Had Simpson out on track as well and rocking another new paint scheme here tonight. Great looking paint scheme for the man in the 42. Looking to get another, looking to get the LLM Motorsports car into a decent position for qualifying. Drops it into P28 right now. We're still waiting for times from Henry Bennett, Niles, well not Niles Anders, I'm pretty sure he's in race control. Christian Alesho and Tim Doyle, waiting for times from him as well. No Jonathan Goke here tonight, I don't think. I haven't seen him. So this will be a drop week for him. Brandon Trost of Team Talent. I believe. Anyway, We've got Logan Simmons on track for TDR. Stefan Schlacker not here tonight. Henry Bennett out on track for Team Power Slide. Team Power Slide having a good run here tonight. We've got one driver for Team Talent on the pole. We've got Andreas Eek, also Team Talent on second place. Andrew Wood, Riley Thompson, and Joe Flanagan of Ludicrous Speed. The only driver that's well, pretty much Team Talent apart until now have locked out the top 4 spots as Henry Bennett of Powerslide drops into P4. So good qualifying time for him. With just over 3 minutes left in qualifying, just noticed we do have one driver in TeamSpeak. Let's have a word with him. And joining me in the booth now is Logan Simmons of TDR Motorsport. Logan, looking ahead to this race here tonight, it's looking like going to be a packed one here tonight at Iowa.
Yeah, it's going to be a big one. Thinking maybe 34, 35 guys out there. We might bump some people. It's going to be interesting, though. Biggest field we've seen so far this year.
Yeah, and we're seeing some special drivers. IndyCar talent in here tonight as well. Real-life IndyCar talent. Obviously, we've got a certain Mr. Lazier in the field. Flynn Lazier, the son of Buddy Lazier. And we've got Sage Karam in the field. So it's getting the real-life IndyCar drivers involved as well tonight. So it's looking positive for a decent race here tonight.
Yes, sir, it is. It's hopefully we'll see some good racing, clean racing tonight.
Yeah, and talking about yourself, how is it looking for yourself out there, TDR Motorsports? I know you're representing the team by yourself, as we're not seeing Stefan Schlacker out there. How do you think your race is going to go here tonight? It's going to be a pretty tight one.
I'm not on TDR. I don't know where they gave you that information. Dakota and Riley Thompson are TDR. I'm independent right now.
Oh, okay. That was the information that was given to me, but never mind. But anyway, just how do you see your race going here tonight? It's been a pretty up and down season for you so far in the 2019 season.
Yeah. Tonight from practice, I feel like the car is pretty good in traffic. It's going to get a little tight, but everybody's going to get tight. The right front tire wears out tremendously here.
Absolutely. Well, Logan, we just got over just under 90 seconds before we grid up. Just want to wish you the best of luck for the race, and hopefully we'll be speaking to you later.
Hopefully. I'd love to be up there at the end of the race.
So would we. Well, good luck, and we'll see you later.
All right. Have a good one.
As that was Logan Simmons joining me in the booth. I thought it was on Team TDR. That was the information that was given to me. Unfortunately, that is not the case. So, I have to get an updated team sheet from my sources there. But anyway, we are just under a minute left in qualifying. Let's go through the starting order for tonight's race. Joshua Chin on the pole. Andreas Eek starting second. Andrew Wood making it a 1-2-3 for Team Talent. Fourth will be Henry Bennett. Fifth will be Riley Thompson. Sixth will be Joe Flanagan. Seventh will be Sadie's Bradley Walters. 8th will be Chris Cahoe. 9th will be Dakota DiCenzo, and rounding out the top 10 will be Liam Quinn. 11th will be John Downing. 12th will be Adam Blocker. 13th, Chris Stouffer. 14th will be Tony Schoen. 15th will be Andrew Kinsella. 16th, Joe Branch. 17th will be Noah McBride. 18th, Zac Campbell, poor qualifying for him, the race winner from last week. 19th will be Michael Peters, and rounding out your top 20 will be Adam Dark of Powerslide Motorsports. So definitely a stacked field here tonight. That is your top 20 starting order, as we're just going to go on over to the track now, as everybody's starting to grid up here. As I am getting used to these things. As yeah, let's go to Bradley Walters out on track right there now. Team Sadie has had a difficult start to the season, as is that man on the pole right now, Joshua Chin, looking to put his Team Talent machine into victory lane here tonight. Ludicrous Speeds, Chris Cahoe. We've seen him here tonight turn some laps. We've got some other new drivers here tonight. Daniel Schoolmeister, he is out on track, just gridded up there in the 34. As we're still waiting for people to grid up here. See Chin and Eek on the front row there. You see Andrew Wood there just gridding up on the second row. That is a Team Talent 1, 2, 3 there. Pat Simpson of LLM just sitting back there in the middle of the pack there, looking to see how he can make his move forward. Tony Schoen also with Power Slide. Stanley Ench is there. And the man that's provided the sponsor for tonight's race. As we're getting ready to get him rolling, last week's winner, Zac Campbell, starting way back in the field here tonight. He's going to be looking to get a decent result here tonight, as we've got the caution flag out. That is because they're about to start rolling. Sage, Karam, Simon, Bryant, Flynn, Lazia, Dan Ench, and Niles Anders. Obviously, I don't think Niles Anders is in the race tonight. As they are rolling, we're going to get them ready to go here tonight. Joshua Chin on the pole. Andreas Eek in probably his best qualifying performance of the season so far, starting second place. Andrew Wood will be starting third, and Henry Bennett, watch for him. He'll be on the second row in fourth place. So 160 laps the distance here tonight at Iowa. They're going to be going round twice because this is technically a short track here. And I know from previous broadcasts that I did recently that Iowa has a very, very dangerous apron, and it's not a place you want to be if you're on the bottom of the track. It is very easy to get a wheel on there and end up facing the wrong way. They all come around for the first time across the line. Their lights are off on the pace car now, so everybody going to get lined up for the race here tonight. And into turns 1 and 2 they go on their warm-up lap. So who's going to claim the win tonight? Can Zac Campbell come from the back and get a second win here tonight? It's going to be a tough ask. Overtaking is at a premium here at Iowa. And which teams are we going to see working together? We know that Joshua Chin, Andrew Seek and Andrew Wood are going to try and work together here. We're going to go on board with Joshua Chin as we wait for the pace car to go off. There goes the pace car, and we're underway, getting them going early. As Joshua Chin gets us under green already here tonight, as it's still saying caution on my thing there. There we go.
Caution, caution.
And we've got a caution already on the first lap of the race.
Remember,
it looks like
take in fluids, stay by those bands, do what you can to keep cool.
we've got trouble here with the teams. That's Daniel Schoolmeister there slowing down. Can't see who was involved there. I apologise, I am getting used to this new thing, but looks like Sage Karam started from pit road, Liam Quinn back there, Adam Dock back there too, running a different paint scheme himself here tonight. So we're under caution already. And you saw from the start of the race there, Joshua Chin, Andreas Eek and Andrew Wood almost immediately getting together there. The three Team Talent drivers immediately getting ahead of Power Slides, Henry Bennett. Riley Thompson, also a Team Talent. also making his way forward. So we've got Team Talent 1, 2, 3, and 5 right now. Joe Flanagan of Ludicrous Speed there in 6th place. 7th will be Chris Cahill of Power Slide. So, no, not Power Slide. Where is he? Oh yeah, also of Ludicrous Speed. Sorry. The Ludicrous Speed there, 6th, 7th, and 16th. There is Joe Branch in his usual Halvoline number 28. I'm trying to figure out who it was that was involved in that wreck. I do apologise if nothing is coming up so far. It might have been Sage Karam. Sage Karam is in pit road. Trying to get a decent picture of pit road here. You see him there. He isn't even in his car, so I'm guessing the incident must have involved Karam. Anyway, back to the front here. Very early caution here at Iowa. We should see the lights go off pretty soon. We didn't see anybody take it down pit road, and why would you? Ray Kingsbury in pit road right now. As for some reason... Oh, and there you see it. Ray Kingsbury was the cause of the caution. You see the damage on the front of his car there. No front wing, and I'm guessing his night must be done already here tonight. Regardless, there is Joshua Chin. Hoping for the lights to go off, and Sage Karam is going to let the field by here. He is going to fall 3 laps down now. Checking with Flynn Lazia. You see him back there in the Hesketh inspired. I'm guessing he must be running with Tony Schoen's team, which is Power Slide. Tony Schoen is there. Oh, he's running a different scheme. So Lazia is running a paint scheme of it that Schoen was running last week. That shows it there as the lights go off on the pace car. Let's see if we can get off to a better restart this time. We have a big field here tonight. There's no surprise that the caution came out as early as it did. So Joshua Chin and everybody else behind him looking to get a decent restart here already. Chris Cahill, oh, Riley Thompson back there. Just ahead of Joe Flanagan. And just ahead of Chris Cahill. Flanagan and Cahill obviously teammates, so they're going to be looking to work together and work their way forward. TDR driver, actually, Joe Flanagan, Riley Thompson drives for TDR, so another mishap on the team sheet as Joshua Chin gets us going here. You see everybody crossing the line. 3 wide already across the line there. As Joshua Chin gets them going. A bit further back in the field, you see there. And you see, guys, we've got another caution here. And it's Adam Blocker in trouble. We see a Sadie car down at the bottom of the track. That might be John Downing, and it is. And Tony Schoen involved as well. Let's go back and find out what happened here. And I did say there were 3 wide going into turn 1. Blocker trying to dive it in there. Car just went the wrong way. Schoen and Downing involved in that. We've got a couple of drivers getting collected in it too. I'm guessing it might have been Chris Stouffer, and it was, missing his front wing. So wrecks are plenty already here tonight. And we're back under caution again. And it's a very uncharacteristic mistake by Adam Blocker. You wouldn't expect him to make a mistake like that. this early in the race, and already his night is done here tonight. Unfortunately. So with caution number 2 out already. We are going to take a quick break. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes as we hear from the sponsors of the Triple Crown Challenge here in Indy Elite, the Redline Ace.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
You rejoin us live here at Iowa for the Web Sports Radio 160. Round 7 of the Indy Elite Series. Joshua Chin about to bring us back to green here on lap 13 of 160 here. It's been 2 very quick cautions in succession. Let's hope we get a decent run going here. So we can just actually get a race going here. But we've got some people out already. Ray Kingsby, Tony Show and Adam Blocker. Tage Karam already 4 laps down. Not sure what's going on here as we're back on the green again. And Joshua Chin, a decent restart for him there. Andrew Seek in 2nd place. You see Andrew Wood there. A bit further back to... I'm under caution again.
You want something to drink? Yes, they'll take a Captain Morgan and Diet Coke.
So a big problem here. Unfortunately, Chad Simpson and Michael Peters involved. Oh, and it was Michael Peters that started. It looks like Richard Holt involved in that as well. Let's go back to Michael Peters and see exactly what happened. And I said before this race started that the apron is not the place you want to be. And you see it right there, goes down, and it wasn't even on the apron that time, it just went round on him. Unfortunately, Chad Simpson and Richard Holt involved in that. And it looks like someone took a race car to the face. But we're back under caution once again. We're only on lap 15. Sun's starting to go down around Iowa. We will be under the lights at some point during this race. And this is always going to be the problem with a big field and such a small track. It was going to be difficult. Tim Holgate is just coming out of pit road there. You see him just exiting pit road now, getting fresh tyres and fuel. Zac Campbell looks like he's already been through the wars here. He's been in pit road for over a minute, so he's repairing damage. You see Chad Simpson back there with that hugely damaged number 42. See the TDR driver not having, well, not the TDR driver, he drives for LLM. As we've already got 2 LLM drivers out, that'll be Chad Simpson, soon to be Chad Simpson, and Ray Kingsbury. Adam Plunkett is back there too. Richard Holt, I believe his night will be done, providing on how much damage he did get in that incident. It doesn't look too bad, to be fair. Michael Peters is already in pit road. We already know that. Flynn Lazier up to P18 already. But your top 10 pretty much the same as it was at the start of the race due to the quick cautions. Joshua Chin first, Andrew Seek second, Andrew Wood in third, Henry Bennett still in fourth, Riley Thompson for TDR is in fifth, Joe Flanagan for Ludicrous. No, not Ludicrous. Yeah, for Ludicrous Speed is in P6. Chris Cahoe also with Ludicrous Speed, he is in P7. Bradley Walters for Sadie is in P8. Liam Quinn of Team Talent is in 9th, and Dakota DiCenzo also of Team Talent rounds out your top 10. So a lot of Team Talent drivers in that top 10 so far. Nice paint scheme on Liam Quinn's car there. A bit of a switch up from the dark purple he was running last week. Running the light purple and the white in the middle. Like that paint scheme there. Chris Stouffer just sitting outside the top 10 in 11th place. And he's a man trying to get his season back on track here. Got that win at Homestead at the start of the season. Not had any luck so far this season. And speaking of bad luck, Team Talent's Mr. Powerslide Motorsports, Mr. Andrew Kinsella, not having the season he wants either tonight. This season, he's had a tough start. Joe Branch, winner at Motegi, he is in P13. Brandon Trost is in 14th. Adam Dock is in 15th. The man driving for Powerslide. Daniel Schoolmeister is in 16th. Simon Bryant driving for Sadie is in 17th. Flynn Lazier representing Powerslide, he is in 18th. Logan Simmons, independent, he's in 19th. And rounding out your top 20 is Christian Alesio, also independent. Nam McBride has just been in pit road, he is in P21. McBride also representing Team Talent, running the same paint scheme as Liam Quinn. Definitely showing that they're teammates here tonight. As the lights are off on the pace car, we are about to get them going again. Going through 3 and 4. Out of 4 they go. And the pace car's going to make that hard left turn, and we are going to see them set loose again. There goes the pace car, and we're back on the green again as they cross the line for lap 19 of 160. Can we get a clean restart this time round? Out of turn 2 they come. Here comes Andrew Wood to the back of his teammate Andrew Zeke. Will they work together? And the three of them work together actually as we're under caution again.
How was your car?
Christian Alesio this time. Losing the back end of the car, that is good enough to bring out caution number 4 here, only on lap 20. So a very tumultuous start to the race here tonight. Not able to get it going. We've seen a lot of drivers in the field fall victim to these cautions. Alessio, the latest man to spin. He is back up and running, I believe. Yeah. Don't think he hit anything. No, he didn't. He's still got a clean car. So he is still in it. But Chad Simpson is out. Sage Karam is still in it, but 6 laps down. Michael Peters is out. John Downing out of this race as well. Adam Blocker out. Tony Showing out. Ray Kingsbury is out also of the 33 drivers that started here tonight. As Joshua Chin going to be going slow around the track again. Luckily he has his teammates Eek and Wood behind him. Had a couple of movers and shakers. Kinsella moving ahead as Chris Stouffer actually got himself into the top 10. Managed to get the pass on DiCenzo on that last restart. So good restart there by the man in the 7. He's going to be restarting right behind Liam Quinn. You see him there in P9. Bradley Walters for Team Sadie. He is in P8. And this track is very, very much a car killer. If you get it wrong, you're going to end up in the wall. It's very unforgiving, this track. And you have to have very decent throttle control as you're navigating this track. And this is me speaking from personal experience, by the way. And I am on my own in the booth tonight, so you will have to bear with me for this one. Learning new overlay controls and stuff like that. The you can see the new caution button out there on the overlay. That is a new thing we brought in for this week, but it's going to take some getting used to. This is the Web Sports Radio 160 at Iowa Speedway. Hopefully trying to get this race going. We are down to 28 drivers, or 26 drivers left running, or 27, sorry, just Dan Ench is there. Just coming out of pit road now. See him there in the distance. Just coming out of pit road now. With the Web Sports Radio number 52. To get it going. As we're waiting for the lights to go off on the pace car again here tonight. And the lights do go off on the pace car this time by. Now, can we get a run going this time by Joshua Chin, able to stay out in front because of the cautions. I want to say hi to everybody in the live chat right now. Just seeing Brandon Chost put a message in there. Flynn Lazia, thanks for inputting in the chat with the 3 hours up, arrows up. Joey Flanagan, good to see you in the chat as always, and Ray, good to see you in the chat as well. But anyway, here we go. We're about to get them going again. Pace car makes the hard left turn. We're back under green once again. Joshua Chin not wasted any time. We are back under green flag conditions. Can we get a good run going here now as we see the whole field just going across the start-finish line here? Chin getting the gap out there. Andrew Wood there and working with Andreas Eek there. Henry Bennett dropping a couple of car lengths there. He's back in P4. Bradley Walters working on the back of Chris Cahill, who has moved ahead of him actually. It's a good restart there by Cahill. We are finally getting a couple of laps in. Logan Simmons back there getting very close with Lazia. Meester right there behind them as well. We've got a nice battle here. You see Zac Campbell starting to make his way forward. He is bringing Tim Holgate with him. Or Tommy Holgate is trying to go with him. Niall McBride back there as well. He's got Richard Holt with him and Adam Dark. Richard Holt looking for a good run here tonight. Danny Ench representing LLM, remember. He is back in P25 right now, running by himself. Got a couple of car lengths over Christian Elisha there, who's back in P26. Meanwhile, let's go back to the front there. Joshua Chin able to stay in the lead, but only just. Look at the gap starting to form up, but he's got two teammates helping him behind there. You've got Eek now dropped to third place behind his teammate Andrew Wood, but here comes Henry Bennett. He's bringing Riley Thompson with him, the TDR driver, looking for a good result here tonight. Had heartbreak back in Milwaukee, let's not forget. Hopefully he can get a decent result here tonight. Chris Cahill not too far behind us. He's just been passed by Bradley Walters there. Great move on the inside by the Sadie driver. But it's getting close for the lead here as we're back under caution again.
Tell me what you got quickly.
And it looks like not Richard Holt. Who was it that caused the trouble this time? Sage Karam. Big problems for Sage Karam. Take a look and see what happened. He was running by himself. He was... Oh, got it all right. He's got a huge twitch going through the corner there. It just absolutely bulleted into the wall. Let's take another look at that. Just got it all wrong. Let's take a look at it from a different camera angle and see from his cockpit view. Yeah, just got a slide going on there. Tried to correct it and just put him into the wall through 1 and 2. And Sage Karam's night is over at this point. Got a couple of takers down pit road. Andrew Kinsella and Brandon Trost bringing it down there. Zac Campbell staying out on track. We have... Let's stop moving. Niall McBride just been in pit road as well. No, he's been in pit road for 20... Oh, for a while now. But wholesale pit stops going on here. Adam Dock in pit road there. You see Simon Bryant right there. Had a very quiet race so far, but then again, everybody has. Adam Dock having a poor pit stop. He comes back out in P25. Joe Flanagan there in P20. He's had a very poor pit stop. Then again, we did have a lot of people staying out. We had Joshua Chin, Andrew Wood, Henry Bennett. Bennett actually get the pass on Eek before that caution came out. It's a good move for the Brit there. Riley Thompson in 5th there. Bradley Walters in 6th. Christopher up to 7th now after passing people through the pit stops. Chris Cahill dropping to 8th. Liam Quinn is in 9th. 10th is DeCenzo back in the top 10. Logan Simmons is in 11th. And Flynn Lazier, he stayed out as well. He is in P12. Nobody willing to come into TeamSpeak and have a word, but yeah, it is what it is. So, waiting for the pace car lights to go off again. So just going to have to reset the ticker there. Lap counter is on. Just going to do it that way. Current leader just there. Joshua Chin. He's led 34 laps here so far tonight. As I don't know what the deal is with the new overlay as well, but we can surely get it fixed for next week. As next week will be a good race as well, so be sure to tune in for that one. So Joshua Chin, Andrew Wood, Henry Bennett, Andreas Eek, Riley Thompson, Bradley Walters, Chris Stouffer, Chris Cahill, Liam Quinn, and Dakota DeCenzo. I can't speak tonight, I promise. Make up your top 10 as they come down towards the line again, looking for another clean restart. It's the restarts that are clean. It's just for some reason it's not getting the results it needs as they and the mistakes keep coming, and unlikely people making mistakes here. Sage Karam, Adam Blocker, Michael Peters, the usual people that are usually quite safe out on track, making very uncharacteristic mistakes here. Aaron Schaefer, good to see you out in the chat there. As we're going to get back under green here, as pace car is off, we are under green once again here tonight, as you see the drivers go down across the line there. So, back under green here, Joshua Chin is your leader. Go back to Riley Thompson, lights are going to be coming on around the track very soon. Andrew Wood going to be there too. Trying to get this trigger going as they come across the line. You see Wood under pressure there from Bennett. Bennett looking to get a good run here. I don't know. As I'm still fiddling with this, I don't know what is going on. Anyway, just going to leave it as it is, as Henry Bennett now into second place. Andrew Wood under pressure now from Eek, as Thompson is right there too. Side-by-side action behind them, that's Chris Stouffer and Bradley Walters. Walters looking for a good result here tonight. Looked on the outside of Stouffer there, trying to make sure he could get a make sure the outside line does get some rubber down there, because that will come into play later in the race. A bit further back, we've got Tim Holgate having a battle there with Andrew Kinsella. Zac Campbell right there as well. Brandon Chose right behind them. I don't know. As yeah, you see Holgate there right behind him too. Trost is right there too. Let's take a look at Flynn Lazier. Remember, this is the son of Buddy Lazier, former Indy 500 champion, as he's been chased down by... Oh no! Lazier's just dropped, his internet's just dropped there. Unfortunate there as we go back to the lead bar here. Henry Bennett for Team Powerslide all over the back of Joshua Chin now. Going into turn 1, we're on lap 44, 45 or 160. Can Bennett get the run on him? He gets the crossover done down towards the line. They're side by side as they come out of two. They're coming up on a back marker. That is Christian Alesio. Will Alesio stay out the way, or will it be a factor that decides the race lead there? Chin going to try the outside there. Almost gets into the wall. They split the 25. We go into turn 3. Chin able to use Elisha has a pick again around him. Here comes Andrew Wood, though, to the back of Henry Bennett. Getting close racing now. They finally get a decent run going. Chris Cahill behind Logan Simmons there for P8 in P9, battling for P8 there. Christopher just ahead, just trying to ride behind Bradley Walters right now. Bit further back in the field, let's go to Joe Branch, league owner. He's under attack by Simon Bryant there. Bryant on the outside, not able to make it with that inside line, still running very strong here. There are a couple of car lengths behind Joe Flanagan there, who's just running by himself. Zac Campbell right there, the man that drives for Team Powerslide. To the inside of Elisha as he drops another spot. As Henry Bennett to the point now. He takes the lead away from Joshua Chen. Let's take a look and see what happened here. Gets it wound up going into turns 3 and 4. Gets him crossed over just like he did a couple of laps ago. Down to the bottom line there, into turn 1. Just sails it in there. And we have a new leader here. Henry Bennett is your leader. As the caution is out. Christopher in trouble. Big trouble here for Christopher. Let's take another look here and see what happened. He was riding behind Bradley Walters. Logan Simmons just diving it in there. Oh, gets it to the side of the 7. And Christopher going for one hell of a ride. Let's go on board with Logan Simmons as we see what happened there. Gets to the inside of Stouffer. And unfortunately Stouffer going for a ride. Let's take a look at it from Stouffer's point of view. And yeah, just a bit unfortunate there, and I hope you're not squeamish, because that is, wow, that makes you feeling a bit lightheaded. So we're under caution once again here, as we see Christopher's stricken car just behind John Downing's car. But Henry Bennett, big, crucial pass before the caution came out, taking the lead away from Joshua Chin as they're slowing up for the pace car here. I think maybe Andrew Wood might have got past Brandon Trost and deciding to overtake the pace car. As Henry Bennett going to bring him down pit road right now. We are going to have pit stops here. Finally. That's not going to work, is it? Let's take a look at take an aerial view at this pit stop. We've got to go to the chopper cam here and see exactly what goes on here in the pit stops. Bennett getting into his pit stall. Wood into his pit stall. Eek and Chin getting into their pit stalls, as does Riley Thompson. You see them back there. Coming out of pit road, Bennett wins the race out of pit road. Wood out second. It looks like Bradley Walters might have beaten Joshua Chin out. He didn't, so unfortunately there. But crucially, Bradley Walters gets a jump on Andreas Eek, and Eek falling back to P6 there. Not the best pit stop he wanted in pit road right there. Oh, Aaron, you don't know the half of it. So Brandon Trost staying out as Henry Bennett and everybody else pitted behind them. Brandon Trost, 23 laps on his tyres. And hoping to play the long fuel game here tonight. So Henry Bennett in second place. Andrew Wood will be restarting in third, leading the charge now for Team Talent with his teammate Joshua Chin behind him. It's going to be interesting to see how they can work together and try and dispatch Bennett and maybe Trost as well, is depending on how Trost reacts to those old tyres. It'll be interesting also to see if Andreas Eek can get the position back from Bradley Walters. Walters having a very good pit stop there. DeCenzo finds himself 7 laps down. I think he had a connection issue. Then Lazier back out on track as well. I think he dropped for a second and suddenly came back. Chris Cahill there in P10. These guys on fresh tyres. The only driver that stayed out, actually Christian Leisho stayed out as well, but he was a lap down. As he's just sitting there behind Trost. Don't forget, guys, you are watching the Web Sports Radio 160 live from Iowa Speedway. And I'll go through the read through again. Web Sports Radio uses web-based sports broadcasting to give listeners of Southwest Missouri the ability to hear, see professional, college, and high school sports teams that have limited radio and television exposure. Distance is not a factor with internet capability, enabling friends and followers of local teams to hear games regardless of their location. So if you want to watch your favorite sports team or listen to your favorite sports team, then go to websportsradio.com. They give you the best coverage of local sports in the area. As we are back on the green here. Sorry, I was not live. Brandon Trost going straight to the point here. We're back on the green. I apologise about that. So Trost getting a good restart. Bennett under attack by Wood there. Andrew Wood to the inside of Henry Bennett. Can he keep him wound up on the bottom? Bennett can do nothing about it as Andrew Wood moves up to second place. Joshua Chin will be the next one to the back of the 007. What can he do here? Andrew Sink not able to do anything either. He's fallen away from Bradley Walters. Walters starting to make his way forward here. And to the outside of Joshua Chin. Able to get the move done. Chin is in trouble here. Chin starting to fall backwards. You see Eek and you see Thompson and Lazier all coming to the back. As you see Bradley Walters on the back of Andrew Wood here. And Joshua Chin, he went into tonight's race looking to become the all-time wins leader here. Break the all-time wins record in Indy Elite. Not going his way so far. Probably saving tyres. Might have got a bump off the wall. Who knows? But he's not in the best position to try and get that record here tonight. Brandon Trost is a former winner here as well. He is all the way out there. He's over a second and a half in the lead here, and on those older tyres looking good. Henry Bennett still under pressure from Andrew Wood, and now Bradley Walters right there as well. See Walters looking to the outside of Andrew Wood. Joshua Chin trying to close back up. He's got Flynn Lazier right behind him. Andreas Eek has fallen behind Lazier. A bit further back you see a battle there between Liam Quinn, Tim Holgate, Andrew Kinsella, and Zac Campbell's right there as well. Holgate going to look to the outside of Quinn here as they go through turns 1 and 2. Quinn able to hold on, but for how long? As there we are, 3 wide coming out of turn 4. Zac Campbell to the outside. Kinsella through the middle, and he goes ahead of Liam Quinn, who's starting to fall backwards here. Problems here for the 44. He's got Chris Cahill to his outside. Cahill making it look that easy. Simon Bryant is right there. Logan Simmons right there. Joe Flanagan is there too. Adam Dock and Joe Branch not too far behind either. as Lee and Quinn still trying to hold on. Might have burnt the goodie off those tyres already. Meanwhile, back at the Brandon Cho, still your leader, Henry Bennett, is now under pressure from Bradley Walters. Walters has gone around Andrew Wood. I'm seeing teams being split up here. You see Joshua Chin. I think he's trying to get back to Andrew Seek, his teammate, to try and work together. Eek is actually with him now, right behind him. Lazia has actually passed Wood now. He's up to 4th place, so Lazia on a charge here. And he's already working on the back of Bradley Walters. Walters himself working on the back of Henry Bennett. This is Team Sadie versus Power Slide. And the Power Slide members are sandwiching Bradley Walters. He almost gets it to the back of Henry Bennett. Almost disaster there from the man of the 56ers. Losing a ton of positions there. Looks like he's got a bit of front wing damage, and he has. Unfortunate, more bad luck there for Bradley Walters. Going to have to get that fixed. Andrea Seek now has moved ahead of Joshua Chin, and still falling backwards there. Got Andrew Kinsella to his inside. And he got Riley Thompson trying to make his way through. Thompson trying to find a gap there. He's got Simon Bryant right behind him. The other Sadie driver has got Kehoe to his outside. Kehoe going to make up another position here. Up to 11th now. So Kehoe on the move as well. I'm trying to look out for teams that are trying to work together here. Bryant still working on the back there of Kehoe. Zac Campbell there under pressure from Logan Simmons. The gap's starting to come down. Philin Lazia up to 3rd place now. He's working on the back of Henry Bennett now, his teammate. I believe it's his teammate because he's running Tony Sherrin's old paint scheme. As Lazia, his connection keeps dropping. They're having a huge blinks there. As Michael, I know you're watching. I think I've got the flags thing nailed down now, so thank you for the advice. But anyway, going back to the action. Andrew Kinsella up to P7 now. Tim Holgate right on his rear wing now. As they're battling for the spots in the lower half of the top 10, we do have green flag pit stops currently about halfway there. Brandon Trost cannot be too far away from going into pit road as he's already 46 laps on his tyres. Not sure what the fuel run is here at Iowa. I just want to remind you, you are watching the Web Sports Radio 160 at Iowa Speedway. We are watching the battle between Zac Campbell and Logan Simmons. They're still going at it between themselves as the field's starting to get spread out here. Andrew Kinsella in a battle with Andreas Eek there. Moves to the inside of Eek and moves up to 6th place. Kinsella on a charge now. We've got people moving. Up through the field, Eek starting to fall backwards. Bradley Walters still holding on in P5. He's over a second, or just under a second now ahead of Andrew Kinsella. So we're going to see battles for the top 5 here very soon if Bradley Walters keeps falling backwards. Remember Kinsella running on power slide. Bradley Walters running for Team Sadie. The gap now 7/10 of a second. Bit further back, we're looking at battles between Joshua Chin, who's fallen to the tail end of the top 10, is in P9 right now. I think he's got a bit of wing damage on the front of that IR18. As we've got a big crash here, Bradley Walters, and he gets it collected by his own teammate. Team Sadie having a big incident there. Let's take a look at Bradley Walters, and it looks like he might have collected the back marker of Christian Alesio. As he gets right into the back of Alesio, comes down the track, and Brian had nowhere to go. big crash there involving the teammates. Let's go to a chopper cam and find out what happened. Well, we know what happened to Downing. Not Downing, Walters. The team saying his terrible night continuing. Adam Plunkett, the only driver of that team, still in this race now. You see, oh, Walters got into the back of Alessio, who was slow through the corner. Came down the track and Bryant had nowhere to go. Take a look at it from Bryant's cockpit. Seeing there, oh, Walters came down the track. Bryant had nowhere to go. Big crash there. I want to see what actually happened to Alessio because he was going slow. Slowed it down there. You see Trost go by. You see Walters go by. You see, oh, Lazier got it all wrong. It was actually Alessio trying to slow down to avoid Lazier. Let's take a look and see what happened to Lazier here. And again, just like I said at the top of the broadcast, that apron is dangerous. You see a battle ahead between Bennett and Trost. And there you see Lazier got it all wrong. Got it collected up again, but Alessio behind him having to slow down. And unfortunately, Bradley Walters not realising that Alessio was slowing down so quickly, and unfortunately that is his night done now. So Brandon Trost getting the free pit stop here. But it was almost curtains for Trost, as Henry Bennett actually did catch up to him. The tyres on Trost's car were starting to wear off here. As I'm just going to take a look at the speed. Nobody's there. Okay. So, under another caution here tonight. And it's been one of those nights. We know Iowa's a difficult track for a lot of these drivers. We had a nice green flag run going there, though, so there is showing signs of improvement. Of the drivers that started here tonight, though, Schoolmeister is out of the car. Not sure what happened to him. Dakota DiCenzo out of the car as well. He's been having connection issues. So the drivers that are currently out of this race are Christian Alessio, Bradley Walters, after you've seen that big crash between himself and Simon Bryant. Bryant actually, meanwhile, is actually running again. Only had front wing damage by the looks of things. He's having to pit farm it just to get more damage fixed. But Alessio is out. Bradley Walters is out. Let's go back to Brandon Trost while we're doing that. Walters is out. Schoolmeister is out. DiCenzo is out. Stouffer out. Sage Karam out. Chad Simpson out. Michael Peters, unfortunately, out as well. John Downing out of this race. Adam Blocker, Tony Schoen, and Ray Kingsbury all out of this race. We only have 21 drivers out of the 33 that started in this race. And Noah McBride is the last driver that's running. And all the drivers that still remain are still on the lead lap. So good to see there. There you see Trost. There you see Bennett. As the lights are off on the pace car there, you're going to see Trost take a different line going to the start there. He doesn't go right up to the wall. He likes to go to the bottom of the track. I think Jonathan Goat does the same thing when he's restarting. Unfortunately, he's not here tonight. The man representing LLM Motorsports. The only two drivers from that team are still remaining in the race are Chad Simpson and Danny Ench. You see Ench back there in P19. But we're going to go back to the leader, Brandon Trost, as we are about to go back to green here tonight. They're going through 3 and 4. And Trost actually proving me wrong, making a liar out of me there. I don't mind. As we are going to go back to green here. Pace car is going to make that hard left turn now. There it goes. As the green flag is out now. They crossed the line. Tro's getting one hell of a restart there. Henry Bennett couldn't do anything about it. He's under pressure from Andrew Wood already. Wood to the inside of Bennett. And Wood up to second place now. Bennett can't do anything about it. Can sell it up to fourth after battling with Lazia. And Andrew Sink is there. And we've got another caution. That's Noah McBride involved in it, I believe. No, it's Adam Dark that's involved. And again, it's just the bottom line of the track just catching people out again. There it is. It gets helped around. Oh, Joe Branch collected a big piece of it as well. And that is not going to help his race going forward. As the ludicrous speed driver his difficult night continues, running further back in the pack than he'd like to be, getting collected by the wreck of Adam Dark. Dark is running again, but with nothing left on that car, only the wheels and the chassis. So with us being under caution once again, we're going to step away for another commercial break as we hear from the sponsors of the Triple Crown Challenge. They are known as Redline Ace. We'll be right back.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back to Iowa. We are here for the Web Sports 160 round 7 of the Indy Elite Series. The lights are off on the pace car, and we're looking to get a good run going again. We did have one good run going. Unfortunately, Bradley Walters and Christian Alesio having problems there that brought out the caution there. So with that being said, let's go back to the green here as they're going through turns 3 and 4. As away we go again. Green flag is out. And across the line they go to start things again. And Trost not getting a better restart this time around. Andrew Wood right with him. Henry Bennett falling back into third. And there is Andrew Kinsella putting the outside pass on Andreas Eek. Eek going to try the inside line there on Kinsella. They're side by side as they come out of turn 4. And you see Joshua Chin just back there as well, just ahead of Tim Holgate. But that's the battle there you want to be watching as Eek gets back around Kinsella. And Kinsella not letting him get away. He's trying the outside line there. Further back, Joshua Chin under pressure from Flynn Lazier and Tim Holgate. Lazier trying to make his way back up the field there. Tried the inside pass on Holgate, but Holgate going to try the pass on Chin here as they go across the line again. Inside line, Tim Holgate up to 6th place. Joshua Chin still falling backwards. Just behind them, you see Riley Thompson and Joe Flanagan going side by side. Out of turn 2, Flanagan very close to the wall. Out of turn 4, sorry. I apologise. I am paying attention to the live chat, by the way, guys, and we see Ray Kingsbury saying Dan Liench is going to win this thing. Dan Liench is down there in P19 right now, the Web Sports Radio sponsored car, running by himself right now, but back in the front, we're seeing a battle here. Andrew Wood with the inside pass on Brandon Trost, and Trost falling to second, and here comes Kinsella to the outside, almost 3 wide as they go into turn 1. Really tightened up here at the front here as here comes Trost to the outside of Wood. Wood going to hold on to the bottom line though. Kinsella wants the outside line, not going to make it work, or is he? Trost going to defend from the 14. We're on lap 106 of 60 160 right now. And this is your battle for the lead there. You got Wood out in front for Team Talent. You got Trost who's there as well. You got also driving for Team Talent is, or Team Power Slide is Andrew Kinsella and his teammate right behind him. Henry Bennett. Bennett just falling away ever so slightly, falling back into the clutches of Andreas Eek right there. Tim Holgate right there. And Team Talent's own Joshua Chin, the reigning champion, back there in P7. Flynn Lazier falling back a bit as well. He's being caught by Riley Thompson. The TDR driver looking for a decent finish here tonight. Joe Flanagan under pressure from Chris Cahill right now. The ludicrous speed driver makes the pass on the outside of Flanagan. Great move there. And the teammates battling it out there for the spot in the top 10. And Chris Cahill takes it away from his teammate. Power Slide Zone to Zac Campbell under pressure from Team Talent's Liam Quinn, who's actually got some speed back in that car again. Back to the front as we're seeing the battle continuing between Wood, Trost, Kinsella and Bennett. Eek trying to get in on the action as well as he's closed in as well. Tim Holgate's fallen backwards. He's lost a few positions there to Thompson and Lazier. Lazier starting to fall backwards again as Holgate going to try the outside line going through turns 1 and 2. Lazier going to fight him though, not going to let him get around on the outside. I did say the outside line was going to come into play later in the race, and it is now. There goes Holgate to the outside, up to 8th place now. And there's battles going on everywhere right now. I want to focus back in P12 there. Zac Campbell still under pressure from Liam Quinn. You see Quinn right there wanting to get by him. Zac Campbell, remember last week he won at Pocono. not having the strong race he wanted tonight. People having strong races tonight. It's Andrew Wood, Trost, and Kinsella still battling out for that top 3. Kinsella going to try the outside pass. Trost trying to defend, but Kinsella's already there. Kinsella going to cross him over, coming out of turn 2. Going to get alongside him. Going to get the run he wants and gets up to second place. The power slide driver taking away second place. Here comes Henry Bennett now to the outside of Trost. Trost going to cross over Kinsella and get into second place again, or is he? That outside line still very strong there, and Trost has to give it up, but Bennett wants to get by as well. Bennett crosses over Trost, and he's going to try the inside line, or is he? No, going to fall in line right behind him. Looks like they might be working together at this point. Joshua Chin back there finally got back around. Let's see it. As Holgate managed to get back around these guys as well. As problems for Andreas Eek. He's lost a ton of momentum there. Then goes Holgate to the inside. Let's go back and see what happened to Eek.
Caution, caution.
And the caution's out, and that is Tim Holgate involved. What happened to Holgate? And an incident with Andreas Eek, and that puts Holgate into the wall. Go back and see exactly what happened there. Holgate trying to cross him over as they come down towards the line. Eek trying to get the run on the outside. Just unfortunately, looks like a bit of netcode there actually. So it didn't look like there was concrete contact there. Take another look there between the two. And you see right there, no contact between the two. So a bit of netcode involving Andreas Eek and Tim Holgate. Holgate is in pit road, and I believe he might be out the car as well. And he is, so Holgate's night is over at this point. Andrew Kinsella in pit road as well. With Andrew Woods, so we've got wholesale pit stops going on here. See them right there. Wood into his stall, Bennett into his stall, Eek into his stall, as is Joshua Chin, who is going to make it out of pit road this time by, we're going to focus on the pit exit camera here, as Trost almost tries to beat him, but Wood out, Kinsella out second, but we had a few people stay out. Dan Lee Ench stayed out, he now has the lead, he's going to get the bonus point for leading a lap here. Andrew Wood winning the race off pit road. Kinsella off second. Trost off third. Henry Bennett off fourth. Eek off in fifth place. Joshua Chin off in sixth place. Joe Flanagan making up some spots. He came out of pit road in eighth place. Jumps his teammate Chris Cahill, who they had that battle with just before that caution came out. You see Liam Quinn there just holding on to the last spot in the top 10. And Adam Plunkett moving up his few spots as well. He is up into 11th place now. As we're hoping to speak to somebody soon. Hopefully. So, Tim Holgate out of this race. That leaves only 17 left in this event. Noam Bride is out. Simon Bryant is out as well. And we've had a lot of retirements here tonight. As we are 40 laps to go here in this race. Can anybody claim the glory here tonight? Someone will. Dan Ench is actually staying out of the in the number 52 Web Sports Radio machine. And tonight's race is sponsored by Web Sports Radio. As Web Sports Radio uses web-based sports broadcasting to give listeners of Southwest Missouri the ability to hear and see professional, college, and high school sports teams that have limited radio and television exposure. Distance is not a factor with internet capability, enabling friends and followers of local teams to hear games regardless of their location. So if you want to see your favorite see or hear your favourite sports team in action, then go to websportsradio.com. They will get you hooked up with all the live action as it happens. And you see that man in the lead right there. That is Dan Ench driving for LLM Motorsports. Currently leading this piece. So, good to see there. Andrew Wood in second place there. We got it looks like the floodlights have started to come on now, I think. As the track looks a lot more lit up than it did. Go to a steering cam and see. Yeah, the lights are on. You see them there. As the lights are still on the pace car, I believe. Go on board with Wood there. No, the lights are off on the pace car, so we're going to get them going again. And we're going to get an onboard of these guys as they're racing in a minute, as we're going to get them going back to green. Ench going to lead them back to the flag here, as green flag is out again.
Green, 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 green.
And we are back on the green. Let's go on board for a couple of laps with a couple of drivers here. Let's go on board with Andrew Kinsella, as he is one of the drivers battling it out for the lead here. So we're going to go quiet and just focus on some inboard cameras with Andrew Kinsella and whoever else we can bring up here. So we're back here, and good racing all around the track here as Brandon Trost back to the point. Dan Ench actually fell way back into the field. He's all the way back down to P16 now, but the battle at the front here. Brandon Trost back at the point here after both he and Kinsella getting the jump on Andrew Wood on the restart. And after a couple of laps finally getting around him, Trost got the jump on Kinsella, as you saw on the onboard shot. Henry Bennett there back in 4th place, and you see Andreas Eek there in 5th place. Joe Flanagan currently sitting 6th. So good run for him so far. He's got Liam Quinn right behind him. As we've seen Joshua Chin fall out of the top 10. Not sure what's going on with the man in the 93. Not having his best race out there tonight. He's fallen way off the pace there. Richard Holt right behind him. We thought Holt might have been out of this race after collecting one of the drivers earlier, but he's still in this thing. Back in the front though, the battle's still raging on as here comes Kinsella to the outside of Trost. Almost contact between the two drivers as they come through 3 and 4. Kinsella going to cross him over, going to get the inside line, going into turn 1, going to dive it in there. And oh, Trost into the wall!
Caution, caution.
And he's buried into the wall there. Let's take another look at that. You see the battle going on between Kinsella. There's almost contact there between the two. You see Kinsella diving it to the inside there, and unfortunately Brandon Trost. No contact again. More netcode between the two. Between drivers. So netcode is a thing here tonight. And another caution here at Iowa. So we're on lap 136 out of 160 here. We're getting closer to the end of the race here. And Andrew Kinsella, after starting lower down the field, he is already up to the point now. Looking for a good result here tonight. He is having a great run here. Andrew Wood has been strong all night long. He is there in second place. Henry Bennett up to third. Brandon Trost, I believe his night is done now. He is in pit road and out of the car. Dan Lient finally taking a pit stop here. You see him in the distance, just coming around the corner there. There he is. Coming out of pit road now. And that, I'm afraid, is probably the world's most expensive scrapyard there. John Downing stricken car back there. You see Brandon Trost's stricken car at the back there. Tim Holgate there as well. Lots of retirements here tonight. Lots of retirements here tonight. As a side note, just want to let you know that we do have another broadcast underway right here on ESPN. We do have the I-States truck series on the channel as well. That'll be brought to you by none other than my usual broadcast partner, Mr. Tony Trapasso. They are Atlanta. They are at Atlanta this week with the IFOD series. So be sure to check those out. They are on the other side of the channel. They're just kicked off, I believe. They're about to go green in any minute. So if you feel like watching some truck action, then do not hesitate to check out Tony over there and those guys in the truck as they are at Atlanta. Meanwhile, back here though, we are on lap 138 of 160. As the sun is going down here at Iowa. And understandably, Brandon Trost is not happy after the incident there involving himself and Andrew Kinsella. Probably wouldn't be wise to interview him right now, as he's not going to be a happy chappy at this moment. Go back in the field. Flynn Lazia back there just ahead of Riley Thompson. He has had an up and down race in the number 3, running that classic Heska scheme. Loving that scheme. As he's just ahead of Riley Thompson there. Logan Simmons has been in the wars himself. He is there in P11. Adam Plunkett, the only driver from Sadie, is there. He's still running. Unfortunately, Bradley Walters, Simon Bryant and John Downing all out of this race so far. So he is flying the flag for that team right now. Just ahead of Joshua Chin, just noticed there, back in P13. So a tough race there for the reigning champ. As I believe the lights are off on the pace car. Yes, they are. So we are going to be going to the green flag very soon. I'm waiting for the camera to change. There we go. As they make their way into turn 3, we're about to get them going once again here at Iowa. 20 laps to go at the line. Who is going to claim the win here tonight for the Web Sports Radio 160? As the green flag is out, and away we go, back under green once again. Everybody single file. And we're coming to the final part of this race now. Who is going to get the victory here? Andrew Kinsella, one hell of a restart there. Andrew Wood in second place. It's Power Slide versus Team Talent here. I see Talent drivers there. Liam Quinn and Andrew Seek working together to get around Joe Flanagan. Flanagan falling back to 6th, just ahead of his teammate Chris Cahill. And you see Team Power Slide Zone, Zac Campbell starting to make his way forward now. He's already got the pass done on Riley Thompson. Up to P8, Flynn Lazier falling back behind Riley Thompson. So Lazier having a poor restart there. Adam Plunkett just outside the top 10 there. But back at the front, Andrew Wood now has the lead. As he's finally made the pass on Kinsella. Kinsella getting a run back and going to try the outside line. Wood going to defend for his life. As it's coming to the end there now. Kinsella going to try the outside line again as they go 3 and 4. Cameron Bennett just sitting back there waiting for something to happen here as Kinsella tries the outside line again. Not going to make it work here. And again, trying to get those drafts out of it. Still not able to find a gap around him. Finally gets alongside him as they come out of 4. Side by side. Again, Team Power Slide versus Team Talent here as they go out of turn 2. Big run there for Kinsella as they go into 3. Not going to make it work again. As Liam Quinn is up to 4th place now. He's decided it's time for him to go. Fighting his compatriot there for 3rd place. Andrew Wood finally gets passed up by Kinsella. Kinsella up to the point now. Here comes Henry Bennett now. The top 4 all together right now. As we're seeing a big battle further back there, that is Andreas Eek just ahead of Chris Cahill, who's now moved up to 6th place. Joe Flanagan falling down to 7th, going to put a pass on his teammate there for the 6th spot. Gets it done. As we go one around, that's right, it's a big crash. Big crash. Joe Branch in it as well. Big incident there between Riley Thompson and Joe Branch. Let's go back and see what happened there. And again, getting down to that bottom line, the car just goes round again. Joe Branch just nowhere to go. And we are under caution once again. So, Riley Thompson out of this now. Andrew Kinsella crucially has the lead as we're coming to 10 laps to go here. And we're under caution again. What a race we've seen here tonight. Lots of cautions, but lots of action at the same time. Lots of passing going on here tonight. That's very good to see. And you always don't normally expect that at Iowa with how difficult it is to pass around here. So your top 10 looking like this. We're going to go away and take another commercial break before we do that, I'm going to go through our top 10. Andrew Kinsella is your leader. Andrew Wood in 2nd. Henry Bennett 3rd. Liam Quinn in 4th. Andreas Eek rounds out your top 5 with Joe Flanagan in 6th. Chris Cahill in 7th. Zac Campbell in 8th. Adam Plunkett in 9th. And Flynn Lazier, I do apologise, Flynn. He is just holding on to that last spot in the top 10. Just ahead of Richard Holt now, who's up to P11. We're going to step away for a quick commercial break. We'll be right back as we hear from more words from the sponsors of the Triple Crown Challenge here at Indy Elite. That would be Redline Ace.
hits him again now. Ray Alfala into the outside wall.
He's going to pass nearly 3 cars down that front straightaway, and he's going to get them all done with. What amazing.
Lee to the inside goes Logan Cloudman is going to touch in. Pit press.
Saves it.
What a save.
Look to the outside as Cronkite goes off. De Jong into second place.
Going for the switchback. Oh, pinpoint driving.
It's howling down to the inside.
Oh, he's trying. There's contact though.
Slide left of the racetrack. Chris Venner drives it back down underneath, and he takes that second spot right back. Joker goes to Garrett Lowe.
Garrett Lowe should take victory with all that contact. He's going to try and make the move around the upset the Paravolca. That's not going to work, but he's going to try and get the cutback here. Get the run out the Paravolca. That's beautifully done there. Makashube, there's a little bit of door banging as well.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000.
And we're back here at Iowa. Sorry to cut off the broadcast there, the advertisement there, but we are going to the green again. The lights are off on the pace car for possibly one last time here. Next flag will end it after this caution ends, as the drivers make their way through turn 2 there, I believe. So they're coming down the backstretch now, getting ready to get this thing going once again.
Ready, green, 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 green.
As we're not even live, I do apologise, as Kinsella gets a great restart there, and that is important there. Henry Bennett up to second there. Liam Quinn is in third. And what happened to Andrew Wood? Wood got off to a horrible restart. What happened to Wood? Taking a look at the restart there, he fell. Oh, he spun it on the restart. Big mistake there by Andrew Wood, but that's let Andrew Kinsella take away the lead. He's got a big lead over his teammate Henry Bennett. We're looking at a power slide 1-2 here as they make their way into 3 and 4. Liam Quinn up to third place and Andreas Eek into fourth. Great restart there by these guys. Unfortunately, Andrew Wood has to settle. He's back down in P11. That is going to hurt. We have 4 laps to go here at Iowa. Andrew Kinsella has the lead. Henry Bennett in second. Liam Quinn in third. Andreas Eek in fourth. Joe Flanagan in fifth. Adam Plunkett up to 6th place, really flying the flag for Sadie now. Just ahead of Chris Cahill, Zac Campbell trying to force his way forward. Here comes Flynn Lazia, not going to get the run he wants, as Zac Campbell is staying ahead, but 2 laps to go here. Andrew Kinsella has the lead. Bennett trying to close the gap here. Popsicle sticks around, but the white flag will be out this time by as they come down towards the line. 1 more lap to go. Lots of action here. Everybody being very... It's been a very tumultuous race here, so to speak, as here comes Kinsella. Bennett going to try another big run as they come out of turn 4. Kinsella gets the win and finally gets his season on track here in Iowa. Henry Bennett coming across the line for second. Liam Quinn in third. Andreas Eek in fourth. And Joe Flanagan rounds out your top 5. What a finish for the ludicrous speed number 53. Great finish there from everybody there. Unfortunately, the cautions, there were a lot of them here tonight, but we saw a lot of action. But that is your man right there, the winner of this race, Mr. Andrew Kinsella. And he is going to be probably the happiest man out there right now. As wow, what a finish! I see a lot of people talking in the live chat. Good to see you in there. But we are. I'm just absolutely flabbergasted by that finish. So while we're waiting for people to come into TeamSpeak for their interviews, we are going to step away for just a quick moment just to get everything reset, and we'll be right back with interviews. Do not go anywhere.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
And we are back here at Iowa as we're waiting for the drivers to come into the TeamSpeak server so we can speak to them. Firstly, though, we're going to speak to a man that probably had a horrible that had the worst restart of anybody on that last restart. We are going to reach out to Mr. Andrew Wood. Andrew, heartbreak on that last restart. That probably. Yeah, that's got to be heartbreaking, that restart. You just had there, just spinning the tyres. Hello, Andrew Wood.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the wrong time of the race to make a mistake like that. It's a little disappointing. Yeah,
and unfortunately, you're sitting in second there, probably you're having an extremely strong night tonight. If you didn't have that wheel spin, do you reckon you could have had something for Andrew there?
Yeah, I was talking to Liam right before the restart, and we were trying to outsmart the other team that I was sandwiched between there. So, yeah, I think I was just a little too happy on the throttle. I saw that Kinsella had the jump on me, so I kind of panicked and gave it too much throttle and lost it. But I caught it as soon as I started spinning, and I was able to save it and still finish 10th. So.
Yeah, I noticed that Team Talent were starting to work together, trying to get closer to each other near the end of the race there. I saw Liam Quinn moving forward. Unfortunately, Joshua had a pretty unfortunate end to the race as well. He fell backwards, but it looked like the teams were starting to work together, especially Team Talent. Were you guys just trying to get all in one group and try and work your way forward at that point?
Yeah, well, we qualified in a group pretty much, so we were kind of taking care of each other in the start, and then when we saw that Kinsella and Bennett were starting to come forward, we were kind of starting to wonder where we should go from there. But yeah, we always try and take care of each other and not race each other too hard or too wild to make sure that you know, we could stay up front and stay in the pack.
Absolutely. Well, all was not lost tonight. You still got a top 10 out of it, despite the strong run you had here tonight. Unfortunately, looking ahead to next week, we head to another 1.5 mile track. We head to the Kentucky Speedway in the Bluegrass State. Just give us your thoughts going into that race next week.
Well, actually, I will not be here for the next race. I'm going to be out of town, so I'm not going to be around for it. But I expect it's going to be, you know, another crazy run. These guys in this league are really competitive, and everyone's pushing to win as best they can. So I'll be watching from the sidelines, but hopefully cheering my team on for a good finish. I think we got something good going on there.
Well, let me rephrase the question then. In 2 weeks' time, we head to COTA. What are your thoughts going into that one?
I have not turned a lap on that track yet, so I'll have to put in some time there, and I'll actually probably skip all the practice I usually do for Kentucky and spend some time learning that track so I can make sure I'm up front for that one to kind of redeem myself for what I just went through here.
Absolutely. Well, sorry about your luck here tonight, Andrew. Hopefully that you'll get some redemption at Kota in 2 weeks' time. Unfortunately, it's going to be sad to miss you next week, but hopefully you'll get it back at Kota in 2 weeks' time. So we'll hopefully see you there.
Thanks a lot, guys, and thanks to the broadcast team for putting on the show tonight, and thanks to my teammates and all the ones that run the league here. Thanks.
Okay. That was Andrew Wood. Now we've got the some drivers coming into TeamSpeak, and joining me in the booth is probably the happiest man in the world right now, Andrew Kinsella, finally putting your car on victory lane here tonight for Team Power Slide. You got to be the happiest. You got to be very happy tonight. Hello, Andrew. Andrew Kinsella.
Hello? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Just finally getting your season on track here, Andrew. Finally putting your car on victory lane. You got to be the happiest man out there right now.
Oh, sorry. Could you repeat that? Having some issues on my end, but
okay,
it should be good now.
I was just saying you finally put that Team Power Slide number 14 in victory lane. You got to be the happiest man out there right now.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a hard race. Came all the way through the field, and hats off to everyone at the league. It was a really good race. There was a lot of passing. Could have been a lot more incidents than there were, but especially later on in the race, we got some really good runs in. Guys were given a lot of room, especially at the front there. Apologies to Brandon there. Looks like on the replay we had some pretty major net code, but definitely didn't want that to happen. So apologies to him for any part that I played in that. But yeah, very, very happy to finally put this 14 car back in victory lane. It's been almost a year since I tasted victory in the Elite Series, so it's been a while.
Absolutely, and it's good to see you back up there again, Andrew. I mean, you've had a tough few races already this season. Last time we spoke to you, you said that the luck was just not on your side this season, but looks like you finally got that chip off your shoulder, and you got to be feeling confident as you progress through the season now.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a great building block, and as usual, the whole Power Slide Motorsports team put together just a phenomenal car. Henry was right up there with me the entire time, and he was actually up there for longer than I was, in fact, and was doing a fantastic job. And yeah, when you have cars like we have at race in, race out, it's hard not to be optimistic, even when it's going a little bit against you in terms of luck. But now that the monkey's off the back, looking forward to the final push towards the finale.
Absolutely. And speaking of continuing the push, we go to Kentucky next week in the Bluegrass State. Just give us your thoughts going into that race, as it's going to be a bumpy one on that track.
Yeah, it's going to be bumpy. It's going to be probably a lot of drafting, a lot of just positioning your car and making sure that your set is good enough that it doesn't fall off too bad as the run goes on. In fact, fairly similar to here. It's got multiple grooves, really wide racetrack, and I believe it has variant banking as well. So you should see several different lines appear over the course of the race and over the course of the run, and yeah, should be a fun time.
Absolutely. Well, Andrew, congratulations on finally getting that victory tonight. Is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to for tonight's win?
Yeah, just everyone at Adrenaline Power Slide Motorsports, Henry, Zach, Adam Blocker, Adam Dock, Tony Showen, Zac Campbell. Hopefully I'm not forgetting anyone, but yeah, we work so well together, and we always have a good race set. We don't necessarily always have the best qualifying set, but come the race, we know that we have probably the best set out on the track, race in, race out, and it's down to the work that everyone puts in every week. So this is definitely thanks to them.
Yeah, definitely managed to overcome the strong showing from Team Talent here tonight. They locked out the front row, but you managed to come back from it. Good result for yourself there, Andrew, and a good result for Powerslide Motorsports. Yeah, we'll see you next week in the Bluegrass State.
All right, thanks. See you then.
That was our winner, Mr. Andrew Kinsella. And joining me down in the booth now is the second man from Powerslide Motorsports to bring it on the podium here tonight, Mr. Henry Bennett. Henry, another strong run for you tonight. You got to be feeling confident after that result here tonight.
Yeah, really happy to get another podium. Too bad I couldn't get the win, but Andrew was really strong. Well, Andrew Kinsella and Andrew Wood was really strong as well. I think if he hadn't have spun up his tyres, he would have finished ahead of me too. But yeah, really pleased with the podium. Had a strong car all day. A little bit disappointed we didn't get more green running because I think I had pace on a few people in the long run, but we didn't get to test that out. But yeah, a good day for us.
Absolutely, and it's been a tough race for everybody, but you still managed to come out on top, both you and Andrew. I mean, you as a team for Powerslide Motorsports, you managed to overcome the might that was Team Talent, locking out the front row there and absolutely really taking it to them. As a team, you've got to be feeling confident, especially with overcoming your closest rivals out there.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I think on paper their car was probably the same as ours, but I don't know why they fell back. I mean, I think maybe Chin had some damage. Josh Chin had some damage, but Andrew Wood showed what their car could do, and he was in contention for the win. So yeah, it was just about racecraft really between our teams.
Yeah, and speaking of the other team, you were having one hell of a battle with another team from another driver from Team Talent, Mr. Liam Quinn, near the end. Were you worried that he might try and take it from you at that point, or were you were confident you'd be able to stay in front of him near the end there?
I think with the racing as close as it was, and there's not much fall off, not much dirty air, any small mistake and he could have had the position. And Liam, he's a fair driver, but he's aggressive, so he would have pounced if I made a mistake. So yeah, always have to be wary of Liam. But yeah, I think after the both him and Andrew Wood spun up their tyres on that restart, it was a comfortable run to the finish. So yeah, not too worried there.
Absolutely. Well, Henry, congratulations on getting another podium. That win is coming. It's just going to be a matter of time. So just keep fighting, and I know you'll get up to victory lane eventually. But tonight is a good result. Second place. Looking ahead to next week, we head to the Bluegrass State and Kentucky Speedway. Just give us your thoughts going to that one before we head to COTA in 2 weeks' time.
I like Kentucky, and we've been strong on the 1.5 milers, so I think we'll have a good chance. But yeah, again, just keep it clean and get to the finish, and we should finish in good positions.
Absolutely, and definitely looking strong out there tonight. Your season is going from strength to strength tonight. These podiums are really adding up, and it's helping you in the point standings. And definitely going to be looking confident going into next week. Henry, before we let you go, is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to for tonight's second place?
As always, everyone at Powerslide put in loads of work before the race. Had a great car qualifying and race, so yeah, big shout out to all of them as usual.
Absolutely. So, yeah, Henry, we'll see you next week at Kentucky. As that was our second place finisher, Henry Bennett. I'm going to throw out the TeamSpeak channel to the guys because I'm not sure if they've got it yet. We'll take a look. Because I want to speak to Joe Flanagan about his run tonight. The man from Ludicrous Speed is had great form here tonight. Let's see if I can find it. Because I really want to speak to the guy. I can't find it. So, Joe, apologies. I can't find the TeamSpeak address again. I will actually. See if I can put it in there for you now. But great result here tonight. Great racing. Unfortunately, a lot of cautions for this event. But Iowa's a tough track to circumnavigate. So it's going to be difficult to prevent the cautions at this track. So unfortunate there. But it created some good action. We had a lot of overtakes. We had a lot of action out on track. So nothing to be too disappointed about. I know there was a lot of controversy. I've seen in the live chat some people that aren't very happy, but nevertheless, it is what it is. Iowa's a tough track, and we can move forward from it and get a good result. Have a good race at Kentucky. So, yeah, let's go through the results quickly. If I can get Joe Flanagan in here, then I'll be very happy. If not, then I'll leave it until next week. But for now, let's go to the results on this race. Andrew Kinsella bringing home the win. Henry Bennett in second. Liam Quinn coming home for third. Andreas Eek in fourth. Joe Flanagan in fifth. Sixth is Adam Plunkett. Seventh, Chris Cahill. Eighth is Flynn Lazier. Good result for him. I know he's going to be very happy with that result. Zac Campbell comes home for ninth. Andrew Wood in 10th. In 11th is Dan Lee Ench, the sponsor for tonight's race. Joshua Chin in 12th. Logan Simmons in 13th. Richard Holt in 14th. Joe Branch in Ronnie Thompson in 15th, sorry. Joe Branch finishing 16th, both of them 11 laps down. First car's laps down. Only 14 cars finishing on the lead lap. 17th was Brandon Trost, not very happy after tonight. Tim Holgate, 18th, 19th, Niall McBride, and rounding at the top 20 was Simon Bryant. 21st was Adam Dock. 22nd, Christian Alesio, after the incident he had with Bradley Walters. Walters himself in 23rd, Daniel Schoolmeister in 24th, Christopher in Dakota DiCenzo in 25th, Christopher in 26th, Sage Karen, Paul race for him, he's in 27th, Chad Simpson 28th, Michael Peters, not the race he wanted tonight, he is in 29th, John Downing, a pole race for him, he's in 30th, Adam Blocker, horrible race for him tonight, he is shown in 31st, Tony Showen in 32nd, Ray Kingsbury in 33rd, Tim Doyle and Niles Anders not taking the green tonight. And now we have Joe Flanagan joining me in the booth. Joe, what a result here tonight, getting through all the cautions and coming home with the top 5. You've got to be happy with that one.
Oh yeah, I'm thrilled. I wish we could have had a few more longer runs. That's where I did my best, but it was a great time. I love short track racing.
Absolutely, and you definitely looks like you had fun out there tonight. You having some battles with your teammate Chris Cahill for the most part. That must have been fun battling with your own teammate there.
It was a lot of fun. We were actually running different setups, but unfortunately he was always stuck behind me on restarts, and I was terrible on the restarts, and I would lose positions. But then when we'd have longer runs, I could make them back up. But yeah, Chris was a lot of fun to race with. It was a good time. Absolutely.
You got away. You got around a lot of the wrecks out there. I know you were in the mid pack for the most part. It looked like a lot of people were making a mistake at the bottom of the track and just having the car switch around on them. Were you worried about that and hoping it wouldn't happen to you? Because there is a bump going through a couple of the corners there that can actually unsettle the cars.
Yeah, the bumps were definitely noticeable, and if you could hit the apron at all, it definitely sent you around. But weight jacker, I had to turn it down quite a bit compared to what I'd been practicing at, but and I had to let off the gas a little bit every now and then too. But if you're careful, you can do it.
Yeah, and you definitely did it here tonight, coming home with a top 5. Definitely going to give you a lot of confidence going forward into the season. And starting with next week, we head to the Bluegrass State and Kentucky Speedway. Just give you your thoughts going into that one next week.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I enjoy, the oval tracks. I'm not so good on the road courses, so it's going to be more drafting, I think, at the Kentucky track. But and I'm not as aggressive as some of these guys, but I'll still enjoy it, and I'll do the best I can.
Absolutely, Joe. Well, finally, I know you're going to have a lot of shout-outs, so I'll let you take it away. Just give us a few. Just take it away there, Joe, with your shout-outs.
Well, I got to thank the guys on Ludicrous Speed there, especially Chris and Niles. They did a lot of work on the setups. I try to help when I can. I worked on the qualifying setup, but those guys really put out some good cars.
Absolutely. Well, Joe, congratulations on getting that top 5 tonight. Definitely put a smile on your face. I can tell by hearing your voice, but definitely going to give you confidence going forward in the season. And from next week, we will see you at Kentucky in the Bluegrass State.
Yep, looking forward to it. See you then.
As that was our 5th place finisher, Joe Flanagan, and yeah, he did get the ESPN Driver of the Night award tonight. So congratulations going out to him. So that is going to do it for us tonight at Iowa. A lot of disappointed people, but a very happy bunch of others, especially Andrew Kinsella and Joe Flanagan, who we've just spoken to, both getting the top 5 there. Powerslide Motorsports really coming back from that difficult qualifying to overcome the might that was Team Talent. But that is going to do it for us here. So, with that being said, just want to give a shout out to everybody that has sponsored tonight's race. We're going to give a shout out to Web Sports Radio, as they were the sponsors of tonight's race. And very good sponsors they were. Dan the Ench holding the sponsors on his car. He was the reason for the sponsor tonight. Web Sports Radio uses Web Sports Broadcasting to give listeners of Southwest Missouri the ability to hear and see professional college and high school sports teams that have limited radio and television exposure. Distance is not a factor, with internet capability enabling friends and followers of local teams to hear games regardless of their location. So if you want to see your favourite team or hear your favourite team in action live, then go to websportsradio.com. They will give you the coverage of local sports in the Southwest Missouri on the web. They'll get you hooked up. But that is going to do it for us tonight. Next race we will show on the Esports Broadcaster Network will be Top Fuel Racing, as they head to Sin City. Right now, on the other side of the channel, you can catch live action of the iStates Truck League, as they have the IFOD series live with Tony Trapasso. Do not miss that one. That is going to be one hell of a race, as they're already green in that one. As for myself, though, I'm going to get out of here and just have a bit of a rest, as that was an awesome race to watch, an awesome race to broadcast. Thanks going out to Michael Peters and Joe Brandt for helping me get to this point in the broadcast, and thank you to the drivers for putting on such a great show despite the cautions here tonight. With that, all that's left for me to say here tonight is keep it clean, keep it green, and we will see you on Wednesday for Top Fuel Racing as they head to Sin City and Las Vegas Speedway. Have a good evening.